Hi y'all, in this video I'm going to do a comparison in the pellets for my smoker that are available at my locale. With this information, you too can become a smoking expert. You know, I get a lot of questions every day about how I can get more smoke flavor when I'm smoking different kinds of meat. So why is the brand and the type of pellets so important? Hi y'all, Don here with Southern Backyard Cooking. If you're enjoying my video, please make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. And don't forget, give me a big thumbs up. When I do my smoking, I find that there are four main things that I look at when I look to try to determine what pellet I'm going to use. The first one is the quality of the pellet. Does it have too much ash or too much powder? The flavor of the pellet. I want a good flavor, but I don't want the smoke to be so overwhelming. The availability. How can I get it easily? Whether it's online or at my local hardware store or Walmart. The last thing is, does it produce a consistent heat? So what I am looking at is, these are the 5 brands that I have available right here in my area. Start with the least expensive, the Pit Boss. I can get a 20-pound bag Pit Boss for about $9. Then we have the B&B. They run about $10. The Jack Daniels number 7 and the Bear Mountain, I get about $13. The Traeger of these locally is the most expensive, right at about $20. Now online, I don't have them pictured here because I don't have any at this particular moment. I like the Knotty Wood and the Cooking Pellets brand. Both those run around $20 for 20 pounds. When you're looking for quality in a pellet, some of the things you want to look for is you want to look for all natural. And all natural is so-so. 100% all natural is a lot better. Okay, Tennessee whiskey, we know what those are made out of. These 100% natural. This is Bear Mountain, 100% natural, premium hardwood pellets. Traeger doesn't say 100%. It says premium hardwood pellets, but it doesn't anywhere say 100% natural. One of the things with Traeger is they add some oils to it to make it stick better and to give some of the flavor. I'd rather have my flavor come from the actual wood product that they're using versus some other byproduct. When I talk about the 2 online that I like, the Knotty Wood and the Cooking Pellets, both of those are 100% hardwood woods. Now, whenever a company makes like a cherry, that is not 100% cherry. They're going to have to put some oak or some other kind of hardwood in with that to allow it to compress and stay formed together. If it's all cherry, it's going to be too soft and they're just going to fall apart. So you have to have a mixture in there. All right, now as far as quality of the pellets, so in quality I'm looking at, does it ash too much? How does it burn? How much smoke do I get out of it? Do I get that nice bluish smoke, or is there a ton of smoke? All right, so in looking at these, my favorite quality of these 5 is the Bear Mountain and the Jack Daniels. My least favorite is the Pit Boss. Pit Boss is one of the most widely available, but to me it has a lot of ash. It has a lot of powder down in the bottom. So when I go through and put these out and put them in my bags to hold them, the Pit Boss I have to sift very carefully. One of the things I like to do is when I store my pellets, here in Louisiana it's very, very humid. The humidity will break down almost any pellet. The Pit Boss, it really breaks it down fast. So one of the things I like to do is I like to store them in 1-gallon Ziploc bags. The nice thing about these, are very easy to handle. I know from experience that depending on what kind of wood, and I've got several, I've got hickory blend, I got cherry, I got gourmet, and I've got signature. But depending on what kind it is, I can get somewhere between 4 and 6 hours per bag. So when I'm doing a longer cook or a shorter cook, I'm only putting in my hopper exactly what I need. All right, y'all, as far as the best smoke flavor, other ones I can get locally, I prefer the Bear Mountain. This gourmet gives it a good flavor. Not too much smoke, but it does get a good smoke ring on most meats that I cook. My least favorite for smoke flavor is the Traeger brand. The Traeger brand to me just doesn't give hardly any smoke flavor. I don't want a smoke flavor that will overpower the meat, but I do want to have some smoke flavor in it, and I do want to have a good smoke ring. Now, as far as availability, Pit Boss is very easy to get. You can get it almost anywhere. I get it at Walmart, and like I said, it's about $9. The B&B brand I get at my local sporting goods store, and it runs about $10. And again, all these are for 20-pound bags. So I want to compare apples and apples. Jack Daniels, you know, it talks about number 7 Tennessee whiskey. Well, Jack Daniels, what it is when Jack Daniels makes their whiskey, they filter it all, and they filter it through a carbon filter, which is an oak. So what they've done is when Jack Daniels finishes using the carbon, the charcoal for the filter, they then sell it to a company and they convert it into this particular pellet. Now, it does pretty well, but I'm not going to get a whiskey flavor in my smoke. It's just not going to happen. It's not filtering whiskey, it's filtering moonshine. Because until the whiskey gets in the oak barrels, it doesn't become whiskey. The Bear Mountain I really like. I really like this gourmet. It's a balanced, sweet smoke. I can get it at my local sporting goods store also. The Traeger, you can get Traeger most anywhere. Very readily available. Of the 5, Traeger is the most expensive. Now, when I look for online, yeah, these prices I give you are my local price. Online, it's going to be more expensive because they got to ship it. All right, but on my favorites online are going to be the Knotty Wood as well as the Cooking Pellets brand. Personally, I prefer the Cooking Pellets brand. It has about 7 different flavors that you can use. Their overall mix is a really good one for most any meat. The Knotty Wood comes in 2 flavors, plum and almond. Plum is good if you like something a little sweeter. Sometimes it's where I use cherry or apple wood. The almond, though, is almost like cooking with some of the hardwoods that we have here. Of the 5 that I can get locally, the most consistent heat I find is the Bear Mountain, it is the Traeger, and the B&B. The least consistent is the Pit Boss. To me, of all of them, the Pit Boss is by far the cheapest thing you can get, and you know, they say you gotta pay for quality. And unfortunately, Pit Boss, they sell a lot because a lot of people have Pit Boss pellet grills. I'm not a big fan of Pit Boss pellet grills. I'm definitely not a big fan of Pit Boss pellets. So overall ranking of the 5 locals, I'm going to go from worst to best. To me, in my opinion, the Pit Boss is the worst. The second one up from there, number 4, would be the Traeger. I'm not a fan of the Traeger. I just don't get enough smoke flavor. Even though I don't like an overpowering smoke, it doesn't even give me any smoke flavor, hardly at all. Then I go to the Jack Daniels. To me, that gives a fairly good flavor in it. The B&B would be my second choice, and then the Bear Mountain would be my best choice. If I'm looking online and have availability of this plus several others, or number 2 online of all the ones would be the Knotty Wood, and my number 1 best one would be Cooking Pellets. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please make sure that you give me those big thumbs up. ring that bell, subscribe.